They're all gone now, Overlord Schnee. Perhaps...
You too.
But after all...
Out. I want to meditate.
Well, very well. All right.
Alone at last. Kip. Overlord Kip.
Phew. I don't think I'd have been able to stay still much longer.
You all right?
Schnee, you're a good shot. That blank really stung on a very tender spot, I might add.
No time for chatting. We've got to get this over in a hurry. Now comes the part where your friends will have to look like real removers. I hope they can give it the professional touch.
Don't worry about us. We are real removers. At least both of us have participated in removals. I'll take off my hood.
But wait. Why, you're Overlord Morehouse. I've seen you in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one. You're Shinnick. You died before I was born. That is, you were supposed to have died. Both of you were. Morehouse was supposed to have killed you.
Well, we're not precisely dead, only retired, you might say. The prognosticator didn't say he had to be killed, just disposed of. As Kip undoubtedly pointed out to you in your little interview together.
Sorry I couldn't tell you the truth, old man, but you might have changed your mind and given us away.
We've formed a little club of dead overlords.
We're looking forward to the day when you join us, Overlord Schnee.
Well, you better hurry. If the four of us are discovered, the mob will tear us to pieces.
Oh, you're right. Get on the stretcher, Kip. Bad enough we're going to have to carry you out. At least don't expect us to lift you up.
It's Puggy.
Gloria?
Yes, Your Honorship?
How are you doing?
The is right here.
Having
in
too
the
much
palace,
fun?
isn't it?
Yes, Your Honorship.
Lead me to it immediately.
Certainly, Your Honorship. It's this way.
My goodness, thank you so much. Lois Silinazedea. I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope I was close enough.
Here you are,
Oh,
Your
well.
Honorship. This is the prognosticator. 20 stories high, 100 meters wide, the center of our entire civilization.
Leave me. I would be alone with the prognosticator.
But
Thank you for
John,
following. I
Leave me.
do appreciate it.
And take all the technicians with you.
Yes.
Hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm in the middle of just trying to do these.
You're all alone
Just
now,
adding
Your
a few
Honorship.
things to add into
Leave
it.
me.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. You just working on
Yes, Your
character
Honorship.
designs?
Your
Nice.
Wishes are my command.
Hope they're going well. Hope they're going exactly what you asked for. I'll just be on for a little bit, but I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you so much. Do you want to show off your character designs, or you want to show them off later? I would love to see them.
That door says private.
Or would you
Open
like
up,
to
it's
wait till
me,
they're
sure
actually
thing.
more developed?
Open up.
Oh, all right, don't rush me.
And do
don't
you
rush
draw
me.
LOL?
Oh, it's you, is it?
Let me in.
Well, hurry up. Don't want any of these nosy scientists around. Well, what do you want?
Still the same old place, huh? Teapot? Your crystal ball has dust on it. And why don't you get yourself a new pack of gypsy cards? And please get rid of that old overstuffed horror.
That old overstuffed horror is a rare old psychoanalyst couch. You see that hole? That's the original stuffing.
What is that smell? That's not tea you're drinking, it's gin.
Why, of course
I
it
mean, if
is.
you don't,
Nice to
if
see
you
you,
don't
son.
feel
It's
confident
about
enough,
time you
that's
came to pay your old
fine,
mother a visit.
Ex-Boggy. I won't judge.
I kind of thought something like this would stir you
I
up.
promise I won't judge
shouldn't
you
have
for
What'd I
for
do?
it.
You fixed the prognostications, that's what you did.
Oh my
why
gosh,
you
Bug
had to pick on
Queen!
me,
I
Al?
I
wanted to
got
stop
tired
by
of
and say,
supporting you.
quick
You're a
hi.
big boy.
All
It's
right,
about
thank
time
you so
earned
much,
your own
Bug
living.
Queen. I appreciate it.
Besides, I thought it'd be a good idea to elect a sympathetic administration. Sympathetic to me, that is.
Bug,
Palace needs a new ventilating system.
Hold
The
up.
air in here is
hold
terrible.
up.
Why
Bug Queen.
didn't you use the
you go.
prognosticator to get new ventilation put in?
Oh, they'd have gotten
Yeah,
around it
there
the
we go.
same way you got around killing Kip. But you pay
Lols
attention to the
India.
prognosticator,
Hold up.
boy. Don't you try to weasel out of what it says by looking for double meanings. It's time you overlords learned that when the prognosticator says something, it means it.
Yes, Mother.
I'd hate to have to give orders to have my own boy disposed of. The last three
Well,
disposals.
if you want to stream, totally
But
stream,
sometimes
lol.
those disposals can turn
Yeah,
out real
get out
nice.
there,
Yes,
you know,
Mother.
do it. I
Maybe
believe in
blood
you.
is thicker than water, but not much.
Yes, Mother.
No
And why
problem,
shouldn't
Bug
you listen
Queen.
to my prognostications, huh? Just because they're
No
dolled up a little
problem,
doesn't mean they're
Bug
not true.
Queen.
Don't I have a crystal ball? Don't I have a gypsy card pack? Don't I have tea leaves? Best tea leaves money can buy.
Yes, Mother.
So?
I'm just in the
What are you
middle
gonna
of
do?
designing
Going to
stuff.
have the
Getting
ventilator system
getting someone's
attended to
podcast
right away.
That's my
little
boy.
banner done.
Now, look at these here tea leaves in the bottom of my cup of gin.
Yes, Mother.
I can see that everything's gonna work out fine. Just fine.
So just got a bit of work to do here. Yeah, someone's little podcast thing. Right now I've got this.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the
So,
National Broadcasting Company
got a
in
bit
cooperation
got a
with
bit of
Galaxy
work to
Science
do.
Fiction Magazine, which this month features The Hardest Bargain by Evelyn
Kind of
Smith.
all over the place right now
Galaxy
because I'm just
Magazine
trying to get all
on
the
your
line work
newsstand
done.
Today. Tonight, X-1 has brought you Man's Best
So,
Friend. A story
hopefully
from the
once
pages of
this is
Galaxy,
done, you
written
guys
by
can
Evelyn
go over
Smith
and check out
and
his
adapted for radio
his
by Ernest
podcast.
Benoit. Featured
But,
in the
hey,
cast were William
no
Redfield
pressure.
as Schnee, Wendell Holmes as Floria, Santos Ortega as Kip, and
I'm the
Leona
idiot
Powers as
who
Mother, with
didn't
Raymond Edward
grab
Johnson
the
and
link
Bob Hastings.
beforehand,
Your
so
announcer,
I
Rob
won't be
Goodall.
surprised if you
With
guys
this
are like,
broadcast,
oh, that's really
X-1
cool that he has a
concludes its present
podcast.
series. The show will
And
return
I
to the
don't
air
know
on
what it
Thursday,
is,
June 20th.
so I
Check your local radio
never
listings for the
found
new
it.
date and time. That's Thursday, June 20th. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
But hey, if you just want to chill out in here and do some character designs, I'm definitely down for them. Show off your work. I'd love to see it.
This is Walter O'Keefe.
If you want to just chill out and draw or something like that, you know. And if you ever need any design help or anything like that, just know I have a Discord.
In a time that might be 1,000,000 years from now.
Discord.
On X-1.
So just come on by, check us out. Just tell me when you actually get
Now
in
an
there if you
incredible
do go
story
in
of the
there.
world beyond.
So that I know to let you in because we don't have a bot right now.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000, could be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents X-1. Tonight, Inside Story by Richard Wilson. But first, hear this. I know a couple old friends that argue about everything. Politics, world affairs, even the time of day. One thing they agree on, though, is Pabst Blue Ribbon Draft Beer. They say it's the best. And for a change, they're both right. Pabst Blue Ribbon Draft is a bright, modern-tasting beer that still has plenty of that old-fashioned beer flavor. Next time you see that sign that says Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer on draft, stop in, order a glass. You'll soon know why so many folks agree on the bright, modern taste of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer of Milwaukee.
Have a regular. There you go. There we go. You're in. You know, join, show us your art and shit like that. We're down to see everybody's stuff.
X-1.
we
X-1
love
and
seeing everybody's
Inside
stuff.
Story.
We are down to clown to see whatevs.
Every wire service man knows that when the legislature shuts down for the hot weather, when it gets too warm for crimes of passion, that's the start of the silly season. It's the time when the teletype chatters about the largest pumpkin grown in Sauk County and the dog that found its way home from Luna Base to the Cocoa Island rocket port. Well, it was the silly season when I reported to headquarters Martian sector of the Galactic News Service at IOPA. I found the bureau chief, Scott Warren, looking sourly at a strip of copy.
GNS Sonala add lizards.
Lizards?
Lizards.
Ew.
New light on the longevity span of the Martian sand lizard was shed today by the Sonala Zoological Society. Now, that is what I call hot
We love
news.
seeing other
Flash
people's art,
copy.
and we love
Dull
hanging
day,
out.
Following a dull night.
Yeah, that's
Was it
all
like this
good,
in New
X
York
Poggy.
when you left?
Thank you for
They
just
had
being
me
here.
covering a kitten in a tree
Thank
in
you for
Gramercy
being
Park.
awesome and stay
I
awesome.
would sell my
Thank you
soul
for
for
being
nice,
positive,
juicy cabin
and
crises.
you're.
Or else
I
I'll
hope you
honest grab from the
stay
spaceport
amazing.
contract.
Oh, have you got any leads?
No. The Garrison Administration of Martian Colonial Affairs is depressingly honest.
When nothing's doing, you can stir it up a little. You know, rattle the local skeleton in the closet. Fan the fires a little.
Have you read the Publications Responsibility Act of 1997?
Aw, thanks,
You
man.
get 20 years for it.
Thanks,
You're
X
thinking-
Poggy.
Look, what's the local canker sore? What would
Have
you
a
like
good
most to
lurk
get an
now.
inside story on? Something
I
everybody
appreciate
covers up.
it.
Well, there's
I should
Duro.
make a lurk command. So many people
What's
actually fucking lurk, and that's
Nully
totally
sanctioned.
fine.
Oh,
I have no
religious
problem with
institution?
it.
No. It's a quarantine set up for null gravity neural.
I should just make a lurk
Nully
command
fever.
that just.
It's completely segregated. Nobody's ever gotten a report out of there.
Well, it sounds like a natural.
Look, George, you're new. You don't fool around with Nully fever here on Mars. Be like lighting a cigarette in a powder magazine.
Chief, how would you like an inside story out of Druro?
You can't get in.
I will give 8 to 5. Now, look, who's in charge?
The Ministry of Health, but you can't.
Okay. Don't let the sand lizard take up all the space. I will get in. It wasn't so easy. I did fine over at the Health Ministry until I mentioned Druro. And then I might just as well have had a galloping case of Nully fever myself. I was referred to the press officer, to the assistant administrator, to the legal department, the protocol division, and then back to the press officer. Finally, I got in to see the commissioner, Dr. Marks.
Just what caused you to raise the question of Druro, Mr. Gordon?
Look, Dr. Marks, what I want is your permission to visit Druro and get the inside story.
Visit Druro? You mean inside the camp?
Yes, that's right.
Mr. Gordon, I am quoting Administrative Code, Section 65. Any person found within the perimeter at Druro is considered to be a Nully fever victim. Contagion is something like 99% certain at a range of 100 yards.
What's the treatment?
Druro.
You mean they're just shoved there to rot?
A Nully, Mr. Gordon, will rot wherever he is. He deteriorates to the point of total sterility. Take my advice. Forget it.
Naturally, I didn't forget it. I did more research. I found out that Nully fever seemed to be a mutated virus that got that way in the early Earth-Mars rockets that had inadequate radiological shielding. The symptoms masqueraded as half a dozen diseases, but the end product was the same. A physical deterioration that I don't care to go into. And a psychological lowering to an animal state.
You're listening to Inside Story, tonight's attraction on X-1. Now, back to X-1 and Inside Story.
I may be a little reckless following a story, but believe me, there isn't a bonus big enough to make a hero out of me. I had no intention of contracting Nully fever just to provide a byline story for old GNS. I had stumbled onto something, and I was wearing it when I dropped into the bureau and asked Scott if he noticed anything different about me.
You're putting on a little weight?
No, guess again.
Your pants aren't hanging right. Your shirt's all bunched up.
That's because I am wearing the latest fashion, an invisible suit.
Oh, goodbye. Try another one.
Look, I'm not kidding. It's heat-proof and airtight. They developed it over at Mars Electronics for spacesuit use.
You mean you're all buttoned up? Well, how do I hear you?
Short wave from a miniaturized dental mic. It's hanging on a front tooth, see?
You're not kidding. Well, how come it's invisible?
It beats me. Something to do with a non-refractive coating. You need that for dark side work on airless satellites. I got an experimental model from a PRO at ME.
What's it good for?
Outside of spaceship work, not much, except it is my ticket to Druro.
Now, wait a
Don't
minute.
you get it, Chief? I can't be infected, not with this suit on. It's absolutely airtight. Don't worry, I'll be safe. Wrapped in plastifilm like chewing gum.
Yeah, but that won't get you past the perimeter into the nully camp.
Just leave that to me. I've got that figured out, too. I picked up a sandcat out to the town of Druro and waited for 2 days. There was a shipment of nullies, the last of the Sonala roundup, due at the camp. Out of respect to public opinion, they dumped nullies at night, which suited me fine. About 100 nullies were going over the newcomers like kangaroo caught in a frontier jail. I don't think anybody actually got killed, but they almost tore the new bunch to pieces, grabbing cigarettes, jackknives, buttons, shoes, anything. And then, like as not, the old-timers would fight each other for it. The whole thing was over at dawn, and I could get a look around the camp. There were prefab huts and some trees. I started over to one of the huts.
My hut.
Take it easy, friend. I'm not going to hurt you. Look, I'm your friend.
Sure. You think you're going to steal my ration, huh? I'll kill you first.
How long have you been here?
2 years. Got a cigarette?
Here. No, don't grab. I'll toss you one.
Don't you make a move towards me.
Sure. What were you before you got in here?
Huh? A teacher. An IOPA technical. I fixed them before they got me. I cut down 10 medics with a power drill.
When is breakfast, friend?
You go plenty hungry. Ration isn't till tomorrow. You think there was some fight last night? Wait till you see ration drop. Last time somebody tried to beat me to a ration case, I fixed her.
Never mind. Don't tell me about it. Hey, what's that over there? Up the hill. Looks like a regular fortress.
What are you trying to do? Hurt me?
No, I just asked you what goes on up there. Those other huts inside that barricade.
You spying for them? Yeah, sure. You're spying for them, you dirty... You!
It isn't easy to get used to dodging nasty backhand punches that came out of the blue and were meant to kill, if possible. I got my arm up in time to catch about half the force, and the man ran off with my pack of cigarettes. But there was something up that hill worth looking into. A barricaded section set apart from the rest. So I started up. When I hit the woods, I stopped just 3 feet short of a 10-foot spear.
All right, you. Get back down the hill.
Now, take it easy, will you? What's going on up here?
Go on, get moving. I got orders to kill if I have to.
You don't understand. I just want to find out...
Yeah, sure you do. They always do. Every time there's a new batch, there's a few still smart enough to plan together, and they come up here spying.
Spying on what? Look, I'm
I'll
a newspaper...
count 3, and then you get it in the belly.
No hero I got before he reached 1.5. That night, I managed to talk to the ex-teacher without either of us slugging the other. I asked him about the guard on the hill.
They get all the best rations. They make us give up our food or they come kill us. They've got spears and knives.
You mean there's a gang up there living off the rest of you?
Yeah. I killed one of them once. Caught him from behind with a rock. They came down and killed 10 of us. Didn't get me, though. Funny, huh?
I got the picture. It's been the same every time men are herded together like animals. Andersonville, Buchenwald, and Dachau, the Alaskan camps in the 70s, and now Druro. The strong live off the others, a kind of racketeering in spades. Grab the best of everything, live as rich as you can, and don't worry how many you leave to starve to death.
We're gonna get him, though. Tonight. Got rocks together and clubs. Go up there and we'll get him. You come.
I didn't have much choice. They would have torn me apart. About 10 o'clock at night, the mob gathered at the foot of the hill. Every once in a while, they'd swipe at each other with a club or a rock, but mostly they shouted up at the hill. And then suddenly, without any signal, they charged. It was kind of sick. Men and women, heaven knows what they were before, teachers, mothers, anything, screaming and running up that hill. And then the defenders cut loose. There were torches so I could see, rocks rolled down, boiling water, spears, arrows, enough to cut down that unarmed mob. I was hiding behind a tree now, sick, good and sick. When it happened...
Hold on, Bud. I'm going to pull this arrow out. Here goes now.
No. Where am I?
Up the hill. That's where you wanted to go, isn't it?
But how did...
We dragged you up here. Herb, get some bandages up here.
You're one of them, aren't you?
One of who?
The big shots, the kingpins, gangsters.
You didn't get hit in the head, did you?
Oh, it's too bad they didn't wipe you out up here. It's tough enough living in a place like this, but to prey on the weak ones...
Look, fella, I think maybe you got the wrong idea.
Oh, thank heaven I'm safe from this kind of...
Yeah, I wondered when you'd notice. That fancy suit of yours got torn when the arrow hit.
Oh, no. No. Nully fever.
That's why we hauled you up here. We spotted something funny about you. A kettle of boiling water splashed on you and you didn't even notice. Who are you?
George Gordon, Galactic News Service.
A newsman? Listen, does anybody know you're in here?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a chance. Can you tell them they got to let us out? Tell them what it's like up here. Make them understand. We write messages for the ration planes and they ignore them. You can't get close enough to the guards to shout, they shoot you down. They can't let us out.
Oh, sure. After what I've seen, that's the last thing I do. Try to con somebody into letting this loose on the population. I've seen enough nullies. Even if I have to spend the rest of my life in this camp, I don't want to be responsible for making more.
Wait a minute. You don't get it. We're not nullies up here.
What? Nobody gets in the camp who isn't a nully.
That's right. We all had it when we came in, but not anymore. Up here, we're cured.
You're lying.
You've got to believe me. We've been living up here for 4 years, keeping guard. Trying to live like human beings in the middle of those animals down there. Losing maybe 3 or 4 a week, fighting them off.
You know, you're more dangerous than they are down there because somehow you've kept some intelligence, enough to want revenge on the rest of the world by infecting it.
No, you've got to believe me. We're cured. Nully fever can be cured somehow because we've done it. About 100 of us. More now with the babies.
The what?
Babies. Normal, healthy babies.
He pointed across the clearing to another hut, and I saw it. A woman about 30, sitting on the doorsteps, nursing a baby, an infant. And I heard the words of the commissioner echoing in my ear. And of course, total sterility. These weren't nullies, not anymore. If they could have babies, they must be cured, living as a desperate island in a mad world of violence. Well, you know the rest of it. You ought to. It was carried under my byline in every fact sheet on 3 planets. They had a micro-technician up the hill who gimmicked my miniature microphone with a hairpin and a piece of quartz crystal, so I cut in on the main traffic beam between Sinala and Iopa. I had Scott Warren at Government House in 15 minutes, threatening to blow the lid off the whole colonial government. The babies did it. Aerial photographs with micro-enlargements. They had pictures of those babies on the wire the next day. Red tape held it up a week. But finally, 100 cured ex-nullies and 1 reporter were out of Druro at Iopa General Hospital for checks. They found it. Nully fever is psychosomatic. You take somebody strong enough to fight for survival, give him incentive, and he'll lick it by himself. No miracle drugs needed. It starts with a virus, all right. But it ends with psychotherapy. A good dose of willpower. I get back to work in a month.
Welcome back, George. The teletype's dead as ever. Back to the longevity of the Martian sand lizard.
Truro Nully story played out?
Dead as last week's herring.
Well, what else is new? Maybe we can find another skeleton in the closet. How about life on the Martian moons? Now, that ought to be good for a headline.
Fred Collins again, and I'll have a word for you about next week's X-1 in a moment.
Hey, Molly, it's me. Where are you?
Right here, McGee. What's the matter?
Are you doing anything?
Am I doing anything? I've got a towel wrapped around my head, a broom in one hand, a bucket of soap and water in the other, and the kitchen curtains under my arm, and you ask me if I'm doing anything. Sure, I'm vacationing in Florida.
Oh, here, Molly, let me take this down.
What are you doing?
Now, just sit down. Sit down right here.
Well, you're sweet, McGee, but I've got...
You can go back to work in a minute. I got something big to tell you. You know, something really big.
What have you gone and done?
We're going to be on Monitor.
Monitor?
NBC's fascinating, motivating, merry-making, scintillating, ever-vescerating weekend radio service.
Oh, that Monitor. Of course. And we're on it, McGee? When?
This weekend and every weekend. What do you say to that?
Oh, that's wonderful, McGee.
So don't make any plans, folks. We'll be seeing you this weekend. All weekend.
On Monitor.
And now a word about next week's story. The category Inventors by Arthur Sellings on X-1. You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction magazine, which this month features Time Waits for Winthrop by William Tenn. Winthrop was literally the most stubborn and selfish man in 500 years. How could they convince him not to strand them in this society of shriek fields and panic stadiums? Galaxy magazine, on your newsstand today. Tonight, X-1 has brought you Inside Story, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Richard Wilson and adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy. Featured in our cast were Bob Hastings, Leon Janney, Ralph Bell, Richard Hamilton, Edwin Cooper, and Pat Hosley. This is Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
There's excitement in the air at night, and Nightline brings it to you. Hear Nightline with Walter O'Keefe, next on most of these NBC stations.
This is Walter O'Keefe, inviting you to listen in on the Nightline. Tonight, live the incredible life of ages yet to come in a time that might be 1,000,000 years from now on X-1. Now, an incredible story of the world beyond.
Countdown for blast-off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire.
Just making a new layer, don't worry about me.
From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds.
The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus one.
Tonight, The Category Inventor by Arthur Sellings. But first, hear this. I don't have time to tell you all about the many things that make Pabst Blue Ribbon a better-tasting, more thirst-quenching beer. Besides, you're more interested in how it tastes than how it's made. But one thing you should know. Experience is the most important ingredient in any beer. And Pabst is the product of America's oldest national brewer. Established 1844. Pabst of Milwaukee. Now, X-1, as Nelson Olmsted stars in The Category Inventor.
Frankly, I didn't expect to have the trouble. The morning that it happened was just like any other morning. I came into the locker room and took off my coat, and through the open doors I could hear the welcome sound of the boys warming up. Perhaps I should have realized something was wrong when Kurt Bergson, the orchestra manager, came up to me.
What is it, little boy?
Gilbert,
He's just
how are
been
you this
the
morning? Fine,
littlest
Mr. Bergson.
boys.
I'm not late, am I?
No, not late. You must have left the house early this morning.
Yes, I did. It was such a nice day, I thought I'd walk. Luckily, I don't play the double bass. Bassoon isn't so hard to carry.
You didn't get your mail this morning?
No, I didn't. Mail usually comes about 10 o'clock. Well, I better get out there and warm up.
Gilbert, I wish you had gotten your mail this morning. You see, I have to let you go.
What? But what do you mean? Why? What's the matter?
Well, you understand.
But there's a concert tonight and tomorrow night. Who can you get to replace me? Where can you get a bassoonist? Where? Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Gilbert. It had to happen.
Oh, no. Not the bassoon. The timpani I can understand and the piano, but not the bassoon. I'm going out there.
Don't, Gilbert. Don't. You'll just be unhappy.
Now, let me by, Mr. Bergson. I've got to see it with my own eyes. Of course, it was bound to happen. Where my music stand and chair had been stood a gleaming coppery robot. His music stand was attached to a bracket that came out from his forehead, and his electronic scanning eyes were blinking and ready. He had 7 fingers on each fully articulated hand. His lips were precast in perfect bassoonist embouchure, with flexi-plasti butyl skin adjusting to the reed. I could hear the softly whirring motor of his constant pressure breath apparatus. It had
Sounds like acid.
The robot bassoonist.
Tearing it apart.
Now, Gilbert, honey, you mustn't be depressed. It's not your fault. The world doesn't understand creative artists anymore.
No, bassoon player isn't creative, Marge. He executes.
Well, anyway, he's an artist. That means he's got intelligence and imagination. And that means he's got a head start when it comes to a new job, doesn't it, honey?
Sure. Yeah, head start. Marge, I tell you, there isn't any use. I've been checking into the category office every day. All I know is how to play the bassoon. Well, we'll just have to get used to being on reserve.
But what will we tell the children, dear?
And then, of course, one day the household robot broke down in the middle of breakfast.
Gilbert!
Well, what is it? What?
The robot right in the middle of getting breakfast, it exploded.
I'll ring Center.
Oh, but the children will be late to school.
Damn.
Call in, Margot.
Well, there's not much use in their hurrying if there's no breakfast, is there?
Well, I'm trying. You think it's easy making breakfast by hand?
No.
Don't just stand there. Do something. The children won't get any breakfast, and they've got enough to put up with.
Well, what do you mean by that? What exactly have they got to put up with?
Look, I haven't got time to argue with you. Which one of these tubes is the orange juice concentrate?
I think that's ketchup.
Well, turn it off.
Oh, you jammed it.
Oh, it's been like this ever since you stopped.
Ever since I what?
Oh, keep your hand over the ketchup. It's flooding the kitchen.
Ever since what? Ever since they put me on reserve. That's what it is, isn't it? Listen, if you think... Oh, that confounded robot always in the way.
If you're going to use foul language, you might at least keep your voice down. You know what sharp ears the children have.
Oh, so now I'm a corrupter of my own children. Well, let me tell you... What's that?
The hen-o-mat. I said it to synthesize fresh eggs. It's out of control. Oh, Gilbert, there goes the ketchup again. Do something.
You're listening to The Category Inventor. Tonight's attraction on X-1. Each year, increasing thousands of Americans stricken with multiple sclerosis turn to inventor.
Finally, I got the ketchup and orange juice faucets turned off and the hen-o-mat pulled out of the socket. I looked down, and there was our household robot on the floor. It was all its fault, it and millions of its kind. Suddenly, all the frustration of the last few months focused on the robot, and I kicked it.
Well, now I've seen everything. A grown man actually kicking a poor, defenseless robot.
You okay, big dog? You okay? Poor baby. Poor rabbit.
I was expecting the mechanic from Robot Center when the door buzzed. I opened it, but it wasn't the mechanic. It was my father-in-law.
Hello, son. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting you. George is a politician, and they haven't yet found a robot that can take that trade over. Right behind him was the mechanic from Robot Service. However, he wasn't the mechanic, he explained.
Actually, you see, I'm a robot therapist, specializing in robot psychiatry and robot synaptic stimulation.
Well, what do you mean, therapist? I sent for a mechanic.
Now, you just leave it to me, sir. Where is the robot?
In the closet. I dumped it there after it broke down.
Oh, too bad, too bad. It would have been better if you'd left it where it fell. Failure attitudes often give invaluable pointers to the cause of breakdown. In here?
Yeah, that's right, in the kitchen closet. How do you like that? They got psychiatrists for robots.
Well, certainly, son, that's the way things are now. They're branching out, keeping one step ahead of the robots all the time. Man's got to be adaptable. Now, you take old Tom Angel. Old Tom up and registers himself as the first of a new generation of reading card verse writers. He was first in, so he got charter rights. Now, you got the idea? Once you get in the progressive mood, you're all set.
Yeah, funny kind of progress, dusting off a defunct custom.
Yeah, well, nowadays, a man doesn't have to fight for a job. All he has to do is to invent one. That's one of the platforms of our party, the party that stands up for the reservist rights. Why, you know, it was our party who saw to it that every family worker and reservist alike had a robot of his own by inalienable rights.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of having a robot of my own. I'd be perfectly happy if there weren't any robots at all, especially the ones that sit in their chromium-plated tails and chromium-plated orchestras playing chromium-plated bassoons.
What?
Thank you for coming in, board.
What
I
you're saying.
appreciate you incredible
You're talking
person.
like a Luddite.
Oh, I am I? What's a Luddite?
It's history. They were the people who broke up the first power machines 200 years ago. Well, if that's the way you feel...
Hold it now,
son,
wait a minute, hold it.
Well, what is it?
Hold up.
What's the matter now?
Pop, I've got it. Excuse me, I'm on my way.
Mr. Perry, I just gave your robot a tape audio in there, and the results were sad.
Yeah, but look.
Sad.
Yeah, look, I'm busy. I'll talk to you later.
That robot has
There you go,
developed
you
a
SOB.
severe guilt complex.
Guilt complex?
That's right. Oh, they're sensitive, you know. Once they get the idea their owners aren't happy, they brood about it. They make mistakes, and that makes them feel more guilty. You just have to keep these robots understanding that you're happy.
Well, finally, I got away from the robot psychiatrist. The category office was crowded with reservists hanging around with the slender hope of getting in a hot tip. I went into the first booth and spoke to the robot clerk.
Yes, sir. You wish to file a category. I have your name and other information now. Nature of category.
Neo-Luddite.
Repeat, please.
Neo-Luddite.
Definition?
The lawful opposition to the robot economy. Now, let's see a robot take over that job.
Classification of category.
Political.
Your application will take a short time to check. This machine sends a copy to the registry below. They carry a complete file of all categories.
Oh, is that it?
I'm sorry, sir, but your application has been rejected.
What?
The category office extends its sincere regrets and trusts this will not deter you from making further application at the category office.
Now, you listen here, you metallic mouthpiece. That application is legitimate. Now, nobody's got any right to reject it. Now, you can't just stand here.
Sir, you are overexcited. The supervisor is on his way.
Ah, Mr. Perry, you're upset, eh? Well, you understand we dislike having to turn down anyone's application.
Now, listen. That category I put forward is perfectly good. I've got a right to be heard. An opposition party is just what's needed.
Well, of course it is, Mr. Perry. I was only trying to tell you that you couldn't register that category because it was registered years ago.
What?
Yes, the Humans Only movement is a recognized party, even though it's never managed to win an election or attract many adherents. But the movement does have state backing, funds, officers, the same proportion of salary to officials, members, the same as the two big parties. Better luck next time, Mr. Perry.
There was only one thing to do. Start all over again, some of the lines. Study and study until I could do it as well as I could play the bassoon. But what line? And how could I be sure that it wouldn't be taken over by the robots? I was walking along the street, and then suddenly a soundy ad jumped up out of a hydrant at me, and I popped it and listened.
Are you on reserve? Are you tired of being unemployed? Don't fret. Contact the C.P. Jones Bureau, Category Inventors, Room 53, Universe Building.
Just as I got to the Universe Building, the doors swung open and two big bruisers came through carrying a little old man.
You let me go, you hear? Let me go! I'll have a writ served on you. A man's got his rights. Now you let me go. Let me go. Oh,
Are you all right?
I'll have a writ served on him.
Are you hurt?
No. No.
Oh. Well, I wonder if you can help me. This is the Universe Building, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Would you mind dusting off my jacket?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for somebody here. I wonder if you could help me.
Robbers. Throwing a man out after all these years. 10 years I've worked in this building.
Oh, you work here. Well, then perhaps you could help me find...
Yes, I had my own office. The C.B. Jones Bureau.
You're C.P. Jones, the category inventor?
You heard of me?
I was coming to see if you could fix me up.
Oh, well, it's just as well you didn't. I didn't have a category in stock. As a matter of fact, son, I never did manage to invent a single category, except the one of category inventor. Well, they finally caught up with me, revised my category a week ago, and canceled my license. Say, would you like to have a drink?
I don't have any money, only reserve script.
Well, that's good enough for an emergency. Come on. You see, it didn't cost him anything. My fee was only payable out of salary if and when I delivered. Once a year, the accounting office sent over a robot auditor to check the books. Oh, I had 2 or 3 sets of books, but they finally caught up with me, and now I've got to invent another job. I used to be a trapeze artist in the circus. I was the oldest trapeze man in the game, but I got too shaky. Have another drink.
Yeah, well, it's my turn to buy.
All right, but say, after we finish this round, let's move to a real
These
one.
lines tonight. No promises.
About the 4th bar, we got playing a parlor game, inventing make-believe categories, you know. You go from the inane to the obscene and back again. And we got thrown out of one bar, and then we started on beer, and well, that made us sad. And C.P. Jones began to recite poetry.
How am I to face the odds of man's bedevilment in God's? I, a stranger and afraid, in a world I never made. Say, did I ever show you a one-handed nip-up from the chandelier? I used to be an acrobat, you know. Alley-oop.
I woke up with the sun in my eyes, and I saw a figure moving. Is that you, Marge?
If you want breakfast, you'll have to go out. They haven't delivered the new robot yet. Do you want all this trash?
What trash?
These papers in your pockets and a note.
What does it say?
Oh, I'm not surprised you can't read this morning. I'm surprised you're breathing this morning.
No, please, Marge.
All right. It says, umbrological parallax tracer. What's that?
Umbrological parallax tracer. Umbrological, That's it.
What's it?
That's it. Give me my pants. I've got something to attend to.
Well, I'm glad to see you, Mr. Perry. Trying again, eh? Category, umbrological, parallax, tracer. Well, most interesting. What exactly is this?
Well, it involves ascertaining the degrees of parallax for the current umbrological investigation. It's not easy to explain in a few words.
Of course. I thought it would probably be too complex for me to grasp.
My
I'll check
God.
Frankly, I don't understand half the details of the category.
My God. Thank you, board.
Let's see now.
5 bits.
Oh, dear.
You incredible person,
The
you.
West Town office is already
What do you
admitted an
want?
application
What do you
this
want
morning
for those 5
an
bits?
umbrological
I'll take them.
parallax correlator.
I'll take them
Now,
right
you'll have
off
to
your
prove that the two
hands.
functions are distinct
You
and separate.
awesome
Umbrological
person,
parallax
you.
That wouldn't have been a Mr. C.P. Jones.
That's
would
all I
it?
got. Hey,
Why, yes,
you know
know
what?
each other?
Thank you for coming
yes,
in.
we should have met this morning and filed
As someone who has to get up in
But
6
a parallax tracer is
or so hours.
a parallax correlator.
Thank you
see,
for
a
just
parallax
fucking
can be
being here,
correlated
man.
in a dialectical opposition in a conjunction to
Ugh.
and with it being traced. Now, to put it more simply,
Well, that's perfectly all right. I'll see that the distinction is made.
But I will
Well,
stream
your charter will be mailed to you
tomorrow
within a few
anyway.
days.
I'm gonna probably
I suppose you'll
stream
want to share
later
offices with Mr. Jones.
today
I,
at like 7.
Yes, I suppose so. Very well, then. I'll have the
Oh
offices
shit!
assigned.
What'd you?
Congratulations, Mr.
I
Perry.
mean,
You're off reserve.
you have your reasons. You have your reasons. I'm not gonna ask you why you're quit. Maybe.
Well, how do you like the new office, Gilbert, my boy?
Figure you almost cleared the pitch for me by filing.
Well, I didn't
I'm
have your
bit
address.
led?
I didn't know you.
Wow,
had the same
I'm
idea.
bit led.
I just remember we
Ew?
laughed a lot over it and thought it one of the best phony categories we'd made up. About the printable ones.
You're bit led.
Anyway,
I've
I
never
did change the
heard
ad
of
to give
bit
you-
led.
Oh, of course, we're cheating, aren't we?
Cheating? Well, I'm not. I've already
But I
looked
mean,
up umbrology for a start.
no, you're your own person. You make your own decisions.
All we have to do is find the parallaxes.
Hooray!
Serious, of course.
What?
I'm serious.
Oh my
So
God,
complicated
Shy,
these days.
you
Everyone's
incredible
such a specialist that no one can be
person.
sure yet what's fact and what isn't. We're the only
Vsauce
umbrologists
here.
in the world. Who can
Oh my
question
God, welcome Raiders,
Why, the
Shy.
Anyway, we're off reserve.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm not letting any grass grow under my feet here. Now, don't just stand there. Our robot hasn't arrived yet. Give me a hand with this filing
Bam.
cabinet.
There
We're
you
going
go.
to need it. You're right.
There you go, Shy, you incredible person. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you for coming in. Fix the eyesore.
Fred Collins again. And I'll have a word for you about tonight's X-1.
We'll need a sec. All right.
On your weekends, at home or in your car, or at the beach, or wherever you are, take a radio along and let Monitor take you along to wherever exciting
No
and
problem.
interesting entertaining things are.
That's
Anywhere in
only
the
for
world.
me,
And
sir.
sometimes under it, like this.
This is Bob Haynes speaking to you from the central control room aboard the U.S. submarine Sea Lion.
That's only for me,
This
sir.
UDT exercise called the bottom lockout. We're about ready to dive. That sound you just heard was the decompression. The top bridge hatch is closed. We're all secured now. There we go.
It's the thought that counts.
Yes,
Yes, double shout out. Go, Camera Levy. Come on, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on, man. Let me shout you out, man.
Most of these NBC stations.
It's Go
You have
Tablet.
just heard X-1 presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation
Blam.
with Galaxy Science
But thank
Fiction
you so much, Shy.
which this month features
I
Daniel
do
F.
appreciate
Galloway's
it.
unusual story
I'm not
titled
going to be on for long, but I'm going to be on
Read
for
it
a little
in
bit.
Galaxy Magazine on your
I wanted to
newsstand
get
today.
done with this.
Tonight, X-1
Get
is
done
brought to you
at
with a
least with the
category
line
inventor.
work
A story from
of
the pages
this.
of Galaxy written by Arthur Sellers
Whatever the
and
fuck
adapted
I'm
for radio
drawing.
by Ernest Kenoy. Featured
I'm
in our
probably
cast were
not,
Nelson Olmsted
but
as Gilbert,
you never
Patty
know.
Galen as Marge, Wendell Holmes as George, Joseph Bell as the serviceman, Alan Bergman as the
Bam.
supervisor, Bert Cowlin as Kurt, and Edwin Cooper as Mr. Jones.
But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. You amazing,
was
wonderful
directed by
people.
Daniel Sutter and is an NBC
Ugh.
Radio Network production.
Oh, you guys. Are you guys amazing peoples? Are you peoples?
There's excitement in the air.
Amazing.
Tonight, and Nightline brings it to you.
Am I
Here's
a
Nightline with
person?
Walter O'Keefe. Next on most of these NBC stations.
May you have the beans? I don't know, really. Can any of us have the beans? Could I be the beans?
Tonight, live the incredible life of ages yet to come.
Are you a huge asshole, Boardberry? Are you a big old dick face?
Now, an incredible story of the world beyond.
I can ask Jesus. Boardberry. Is the answer correct?
Fire.
What am I even drawing? Who am I? Are we even really in the middle of a question? Is this not a... You're doing my job for me, Board. You know what? Board, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, give it up for Board.
Dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future. Adventures in which you'll live in a million...
Is this question a question? Am I the question?
With Galaxy Science Fiction
Oh.
Magazine presents
Okay, hold up. Hold up, Shy. Hold up. Blair. Where are you? There you are. Hold up.
Tonight's story.
Let's have him ring.
Skulking from
Yeah, there you go. Here you go, Shy.
Hear this. Pick up some Pabst Blue Ribbon. Take it home. Chill it. Then put it to this test. Have a glass.
There you go, Shy. You're in the Discord. Thank you for coming into the Discord. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You know you didn't have to, but thank you so much for coming in. I should announce my streams on my on my Discord, but I don't. So you know. Oh goodness gracious! I got a goopy slime over here. I hope everybody enjoys the goopiest of slimes. Thank you for coming in to my Discord. It's growing. It's slowly growing. It's gonna take time till it's got some growing pains.
From Colonial Contact Inspector 37.
So it's slowly getting up there.
Planet New Delaware. First contact established.
It's growing. It's getting bigger.
Billy Painter, I thought I told
Only the glorpiest of Koofle gobbers.
What's an alien?
I have a Discord mod. He's pretty cool. Local slime asserts dominance the entire town. Oh Lord, it's growing.
Yes, I know, but we need them now, and we haven't got much time.
I've got one server mod, and he is the Discord board.
Oh, Tom,
more people means more memes, more funnies. We get to have more jokesies, and then we get to have wonderful people. And then stop it.
How would you like to be a friend?
And then you ruined it. You ruined
I'll
it.
explain. I've got to appoint a criminal.
Look into a mirror. You'll find the best joke of all. All right.
New Delaware. Do you hear me, New Delaware? Come in immediately.
All right. A good joke. A fucking good joke. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We called a town meeting last night, and we talked it all over.
I was told it wasn't that funny. Okay.
Earth is a united democracy.
The funniest thing.
You realize, of course, there is room for only one intelligent species in the universe, man.
A comedy, a joke.
I'm sure you understand, General.
I'm not a general. I'm a mayor.
You're in charge, aren't you?
Yes.
It is a good joke.
Sure you're running an Earth colony, General.
I listen to comedy podcasts all the fucking time, and I can't think of a goddamn joke off the top of my goddamn skull. God damn it. It's a real fucking joke. It's the realest joke. Is that I listen to comedy all the fucking
I
time.
don't see why there has to be a criminal.
Only the books say so. The criminal
Okay,
is important as the postman or the police chief. He works against society. If you don't have people working against society, how can you have people working for it?
No, that's too topical.
Now be reasonable, Tom. When this inspector comes, how can I hold my head up and tell him we don't have any crime? Don't you see
No.
that? Right there, the whole thing falls through. He'll see that we're not truly Earth-like. We're faking it. We're aliens.
Oh goodness, someone's calling me. Hold up.
Being rough on aliens.
Well, yeah.
General.
Yes, sir?
Sorry about that,
How many
guys.
able young men are there in the village between the ages of 15 and 16?
Totally not
You see,
a
General,
hot
Imperial
girl
Earth is
calling me.
engaged in a war.
Totally not
The
a
colonies
pretty
in
girl I
Denver are
met.
revolting against the authority of Mother Earth.
Oh,
Okay, I'll
We
hydrate.
need good, healthy fighting men. Our reserves are depleted.
We wish to give all loyal colonists a chance to fight for Mother
Totally
Earth.
not
We're sure
a
you
pretty
will
cute
Most
girl
colonies
I
love
got
the
the
food
number
strips
of.
them, cleanses the blood, reduces crime.
Crime? Oh, I thought that would come up. We've taken care of that. I appointed...
You see, Grant? 60
I don't even know what the
perhaps
fuck you
100
people have been
recruits.
talking about. Hold up.
Not such a waste of time coming here.
A dance the chicken refused to do. Personally, I prefer fucking can't cam people persons while they're scribble scroll.
Oh, hello, Tom. What are you doing?
You said there had to be a murder, so
No,
I'm
no,
gonna...
wait just a minute.
Yeah, totally.
Look, I didn't mean me. It can't be
Okay,
me.
alright, you got a real bit for me? Okay, go on.
Sure about you appointing me, Tom.
I'm listening.
Look, it was the mayor who appointed you, wasn't it?
Well, sure.
Well, then look, I'm not the
I'm
mayor.
hanging out with
I'm
you
a
guys, so
Look,
I
see,
can't.
Stars, gold braid.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, you
But,
missed the ceremony
you
this
know,
afternoon, Tom.
maybe
The inspector said I had to wear
it
a
will be
general's
more.
uniform
I
this-
don't know.
It was a very
Maybe
friendly
this
ceremony. All
girl.
the Earthmen were winking at me and
How do you
each
become
other.
the coach of the Chicago Bears?
But you were the mayor when you appointed me criminal,
Exist.
so my motive still holds.
Yes, but killing.
How about
a
that?
general isn't murder.
That's my answer to that joke.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Exist?
It's just that I've read up on it and you haven't. Well, I better get back. The inspector wants a lot of the men he can draft.
Are you sure this murder is necessary?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Just not me.
Be sly as a fox. Oh!
I just can't do it. Ed, I can't kill anybody.
Shit!
I grew up with him. I've worked with
How do you
him.
become the
I've drank
coach of
root
a
beer.
Chicago
I don't have any
Bears?
motive
Be
for
sly
killing
as
any
a
of them.
fox.
Tom, you
I
have
think
to commit
Fox
a
is
murder.
the
You don't want to let the
imposter.
village down.
Bow, 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 bow. Pretty sus. Pretty sus. Bow, 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 bow.
And it'll show Earth how earthy New Delaware really is. Well, they'll say crime is so
Oh.
bad here that the criminal actually killed their inspector on the very first day. Yeah. How you going to do it?
I love my chat can exist without me. That's so good. It's good to know that my chat can just exist without me. They're like, you know, I've got a real fucking stinger. What do you call a fox with carrot in each ear? Okay, what do you call a fox with a carrot in each ear?
Sloppy crow, all left feet. Still, it's a nice night's work. With those landing parties dying like flies, we can use every...
A traffic cone?
Say that. What? Are you afraid the mayor will hear me? Don't be ridiculous. It's
Abul.
like obedient.
Abul, anything you want because he can't hear you. Hey, Abul. Abu Dal Cool Trell. Abu. Alright, Abu. Abu. Beats me, man.
And who are you?
Beats him. That's a vegetable.
Criminal. So that's what the mayor was prattling about. I know we haven't had any murders in 200 years, but I'm changing that now. Move out of the way.
Well, I suppose I'd better get out of the way.
Now, wait a minute, wait. Now, don't move. Now, I know just how to do it.
Abood.
I'll push this button and you'll
Welcome to
die.
Abood.
You'll fall down on
I
your back,
will.
and your eyes will be open, and
I
your
will
mouth
call you
twisted, and no
Abood.
air going
Got a
down
runner
your
here.
no beat to your heart. And I
That was intense.
here's your Take it.
I hate you. What did the grape say when the fox stood on it?
General, I want all your people out looking for him. Shoot
Also, hi, Abood. We're Fox is telling us perfect, great jokes.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
So what did? I'm stumped. What is it?
You mean you had no criminals?
Well, No, I'm afraid not. I'm terribly ashamed.
What did the
You see,
grape
we
say?
knew how uncivilized
Did
we
it
were,
say
and that's why we
squish?
did it.
Did it say?
Embarrassed that Tom couldn't handle the job.
Why did you give the assignment to that particular man?
Well, I figured if anyone could kill, Tom could. He's a fisherman, you know. It's pretty gory work.
And he wasn't able to kill the inspector?
Well, we just haven't had to kill anything for 200 years except fish.
There you go.
The only animals
All
on
right,
Delaware are
there you
small
go.
grass eaters. And
Everybody follow
they're not good to eat,
him.
so we
He is way funnier than me, it
Equally
seems.
unable to kill?
Seems I am not funny at all.
Inspector. What? We better get away from here. You want men in our
Seems he's got the jokes and I got nothing.
the possibility of infection. One man in a key position
Being funnier on my channel.
It isn't worth the risk, Inspector.
Yes, sir. I see what you mean.
Order your troops to get back to the ship. We'll take off at once.
What's funny? I love all his jokes. They're really funny. He got your goat. I mean, yeah. He got my goat.
Tom, you can come out now.
I mean,
Tom,
man.
they're gone.
I would make a rule where if you make me laugh, I'd give you a free sub. But the problem is everything makes me laugh, so
No, I guess not.
it's not a.
Well,
It would not be fair. Everybody would be getting a sub every 5 flipping seconds.
Look how long it took Earth to get civilized. Thousands of years.
I would just be falling
We were trying to do it in
all
2
over
weeks,
myself. Just like, that's so funny. He did it funny.
Soon I'll start
Did you
fishing
hear about the vegetarian who learned to talk to foxes? No, I didn't.
If I'd only had the sense to think of
Menstratio
the
isn't funny, good, period. She was crazy like a fox. Funny joke!
Again, and I'll have a word for you on tonight's X-1 in a moment.
Funny joke!
This is Bob Haynes speaking to you from somewhere in the Caribbean. I am aboard a UDT personnel landing craft. That's the Underwater Demolitions Team.
Oh
We are right
yeah,
now
it's
on our way
all
out
coming
to the
together.
United States submarine.
This cavern corner is coming together.
Go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Some people sit on top of flagpoles.
I can smell the cheese
But
from
we
all
have
the
a
way
man
out.
Rajah Phillips from India, who is buried alive right in the
Funny
center
joke.
of Owensboro, Kentucky.
And more big events, little events, offbeat events, comedy, music, news, and sports. They're all part of the top variety of entertainment Monitor brings you all
I'm just
weekend
not as
long.
funny.
This is Frank.
How
inviting
do
to
you
join us
spell?
on Monitor every weekend and Friday nights too. On most of these NBC
I don't know how you spell.
You have just heard.
You know, I'm not
X-1,
you.
presented by the National
Nah, I
Broadcasting
couldn't
Company
be you.
in cooperation with Galaxy
We're
Science
just
Fiction
two
magazine,
different people.
which this month features Blaze of Glory by Robert Silverberg. Galaxy Magazine on your newsstand today. Tonight, X-1 has brought you Skulking Permit, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Robert Sheckley and adapted
Dan
by Ernest
Abadan,
Kenoy. Featured in our cast were Richard
Nadiva,
Hamilton,
Nadan,
Dean
Nadavidam.
Mandel Kramer, Ted Osborne.
Okay, if I
Senator
play
Ortega,
Gears
and
5,
Bob
should I
Hastings.
use the
This
Lancer
is
or the
Fred
Retro Lancer? Retro Lancer.
X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an
For
NBC
fuck's sake.
Radio Network production.
I didn't say to stop. You can keep going, Fox. I'm down. I'm down for terrible jokes this whole damn
There's
stream.
excitement in the air at night.
I love
And
terrible
Nightline brings
jokes.
it
They
to you.
always make
Hear
me
Nightline
laugh.
With Walter O'Keefe. Next on most of
Hell, you
these
could go to a
NBC stations.
website that generates bad jokes, and I'd be like, man, all of Fox's jokes are really funny. He's a really funny dude.
This is Walter O'Keefe inviting you to listen
He's
in on the
like, he's like funnier than a YouTuber.
Tonight, live the incredible
He's
life
funnier
of
than
ages yet
me.
to come, in a time that might be 1,000,000 years
And I
from now.
need to get better material. Can't handle it. Can't be funnier than me.
Incredible story of the world
This is
beyond.
my channel.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3,
Sadly, I'm asleep.
X-1.
I hope you have a wonderful stream. Oh my goodness. Shy, you incredible person. You incredible, amazing person. Thank you for the raid, and thank you for being awesome. Good night, Shy, and you know we love you. You're a bro to the end, and you have our hearts, and you have our fortitude.
Stories of the future. Adventures in which you'll live in a million could be years.
Night night. Night night. Have a good one.
Cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine presents
X minus 1.
See ya. This is what happens. This is what happens when you stream late. Everybody's going to bed and they send raiders your way, and there's nothing you can do except keep going.
You make it Pabst, 'cause Pabst makes it perfect.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect. Just as we always have ever since 1844. So next time, you make it Pabst, because Pabst makes it perfect. America's Blue Ribbon beer from the Pabst Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect.
Now, X minus 1, and the Robert Sheckley story, Early Model.
I had an old Sierra line come to mind. Okay. Go on.
He sprung the thing
I
on
would
me
like
just
to
before
hear
I
it.
took off for my scouting contact mission to Telsfor in the Betelgeuse sector.
Here, Bentley, put this on.
What is it?
A new model. It's called a Protect.
What's it for?
Now, you'll wear it on your mission.
Now look, Sliggett, I already have to carry enough equipment to give varicose veins to an elephant. Linguicine, that's 22 pounds. I can't do without it, or I can't translate native languages. Concentrated food,
What?
water, subspace radio, weapons, medical.
Omega ow! Oh my goodness. Omega ow!
Right on your back.
Welcome in, Omega and Raiders. Thank you for coming in. Barney Blue. I had an old Sierra line come to mind. Barney Blue, to his lover, was untrue, so she knew just what to do. Hey, Omega ow!
There are pseudo-protein computer banks and an Anderson-Woodward force field projector. Wherever the Protect senses danger, yeah, look, I'll show you. I take this slide rule.
Omega ow! There you go. There you
Hey,
go.
where did everybody go? Who turned out the lights? Hey, Sliggett, where am I? Sliggett, get me out of here, Sliggett!
What happened? The Protect went on. It encased you in the AW force field. I released by master control. You can turn it off with this button on your chest. Perfect. Perfect.
I'm doing good.
Well, it's
I got a phone call right in the middle of stream, so that was great. And then I got a raid right when that happened.
How do I take it off?
So that was good. And everything else has been great so far. What? What's with the face? No, it's just what happens, baby boomer, was just the amount of children that were being born after the war, after World War II.
But suppose you misjudge their attitude.
Sliggett, I can take
Has
care of
nothing to do with
what Atwood
the
said before he left for Corpus
the explosivity of
Bentley, can you turn a knife thrust from
the
rear?
kilotons
Have you got eyes in the
of
back of your head? Okay.
of explosions.
$8 million worth of equipment just because you
Coomer
might
is
be
very
uncomfortable.
different.
blows a fuse or
Coomer is a
so
very
we've
different
got
thing.
triple everything. A power supply good for a century.
I love ruining
Shortly
jokes.
after this field test, the Protect will be standard equipment.
All right, thank you for coming in, Abood. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you,
Feels like I'm carrying a
Abood.
72-pound monkey.
We do appreciate you, Abood. Get some rest, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you later.
And the added weight loused up my coordination and landing, so I burned out about 7 acres with backlash from the braking tube.
So
The
yeah,
radio
no.
receiver buried in my
It's been
and my
going
back
great
rubbed
so
the
far,
road.
Omega. Ow.
I piled on my linguicine and the other equipment and staggered out.
It's being eaten away by acid.
And establish a trade pact if possible. I found 2 of them standing outside
Nice
the
skull,
tail
if I ever
colored
seen
cool
one.
enough to get out.
I've got quite a few skulls in this picture, so don't feel too content. Don't feel too too impressed. We've got quite a few skulls.
I dare say it's a manifestation of some supernatural quality, eh, Watson?
Look at all those skulls. And then you got a skull right there. It's crazy.
You know how the linguisine works, instantaneous semantic translation. Well,
No
mine was
closet.
made by the Gorley Laboratories just outside London.
bones.
And actually, they had the word tapes recorded by BBC announcers. It takes a little getting used to when you hear
The council
some
grants you a
boring
singular
like an orchestra
sigh.
system talking like the Home Service.
Sigh.
Well, the Tellians were pretty excited by my arrival.
Well, you know what? I'll use that sigh. Very
I
very
come as a
sparingly.
A friend.
Well, it does talk.
Yeah, it's all bones and no meat. I know.
Foreigners, you know. You know, old boy?
I was gonna put a tiny tea set in front of it, just to be a fuckwad, but I don't know. I think it'll be fine the way it is. It's got enough going on for it. It'll be fine.
Why, yes. You see, we're the village ghost doctors. It's our job to ferret out evil, so to speak.
It's our cup of fugle, so to speak.
Are you evil?
Oh yeah. Oh man. Hope everything went well. Hope your stream was great. Oh my god. How was it?
You recall the legend of Hatate, the god
Let's
tempted
see,
the
what were you
cheese?
doing?
My dear chap, I'm as well aware
Let's
of
see.
religious precedent as you are.
Oh my god.
The two of them stood there, lashing their orange tails, accusing each other of heresy.
Hope the tripod worked well.
Discussion and cut out before Overload blew a circuit. Eventually,
Tell me
they
a
must
joke.
have decided something because the short one
Didn't
carrying
have
the
a
stone
usual
axe
view,
turned
but it was nice.
Stranger,
And I doodled a bit.
we've decided
Oh
not to
goodness.
kill you. Not yet.
All right,
Anyway.
joke
Go to the village
time.
and purify ourselves, then we'll go to
Um,
the club. The club? The Society of Ghost Doctors. You see, no evil thing can become a ghost doctor. It just isn't done.
Or we'll find out the truth that way.
Clever.
What did?
Yeah, I'm deeply grateful.
But if you're evil, we'll destroy you. Have to. Our job, you know.
You are
I
listening
don't have
to
a joke.
Early Model,
God damn it.
tonight's attraction
Hold up.
on X-1.
I'm
For the
gonna
big things in your
cheat.
life, be ready with United States Savings Bonds.
Hold up.
That's
I'm
the new savings bond with the higher
cheating.
interest rate. The improved Series E savings bonds that now mature faster to pay you
I
back
can't
extra dollars
think.
faster. Yes, when you think of saving, think of savings bonds.
All
They
right.
offer you the safe, easy way to save regularly. Safe because each
Knock,
bond
knock.
is backed by
Who's
the United
there?
States government itself.
Interrupting cow.
Easy,
Interrupting
because you can
cow.
buy
Who?
bonds either where you bank or through the payroll savings plan where you work. And you get back $4 at maturity for every 3 invested, so you earn extra dollars. But the big news is that the maturity period is shortened to only 8 years and
alright.
11 months.
All right.
So join
what
the
did
bond wagon. Start a family
what did the
savings program.
fish say when he
Invest in
swam
improved
into a
Series E
wall?
bonds today
Damn.
And hold the bonds you already own.
What do you call a fish with no eyes? What do you call a can opener that doesn't work? A can't opener. What do you get when you combine a rhetorical question
X-1
and a
tonight's
joke?
story, Early Model.
Sliggard. Calling Professor Sliggard at home base. Come in.
Go ahead, Bentley. Report.
I'm in the village now. They're about to initiate me as some kind of priest. All I have to do is pass
There
some
you
kind
go.
of test. And, by the way, if I don't pass, they're going to kill me.
Ellipses.
What's funny?
Oh, Red White Raven!
They seem awfully confident that they can.
Primitive cultures
Net here is trash, but it's so lovely in the forest. Just here to remind you that you are amazing. Aww, Red White Raven. Aww.
Go ahead, old boy. It's purified ceremonial food.
But I can't. Why not? We purified with 7 sprinklings of strychnine.
Well, I thank you, Red White Raven. I hope you have an amazing
I'm only allowed to
one.
eat my own supplies. A tribal taboo, you know. How primitive. Positively primitive.
Okay, we can keep going with the jokes. Hold up.
We'll dispense with the written exam
There are
and get
three
right
types of people in this world: those who can count and those who can't.
Well,
Did you hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed
We have no
away.
objection to receiving the sacred and very holy spear. that
Two
Sir
muffins were sitting in an oven. One turned to the other and said, "Wow, it's pretty hot in here." The other one shouted, "Wow, a talking muffin."
The ceremony can commence.
I sold my vacuum the other day. All it was doing was collecting dust.
Stranger from the skies, accept from us the spear of sanctity. Evil cannot abide the presence of the spear. Take then our blessings with it. Here, here, O
You Mama
stranger,
Luigi!
take
That's Mama Luigi to you! I don't know real jokes. I've never known real fucking jokes.
force field off.
So,
Listen, I'm
when you
terribly
actually
sorry, but
laugh at bad jokes, you knew you couldn't straight.
Oh, no, I can explain.
I love terrible bad jokes. They're great. They get me every time. They make me laugh.
Couldn't give me a sacred gourd?
Nonsense. Who ever heard of a sacred gourd?
Poppycock. Look, you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm not evil. Really. Scout's honor.
Just like the old joke, what did the doctor say to the ambulance?
We'll pray for
Nothing, because it's an ambulance. What are you talking about?
If not sorry, I'll buy
That's such a good one to me.
Can't be helped. Regulations, you know.
I love that one. What did the doctor say to the patient?
Yes, Bentley, I understand.
We removed the tumor.
Notoriously treacherous. They might have stabbed you with the spear.
Look, Sliggett, I'm positive. After all, you have to start trusting people sometime.
Not with $1 billion worth of equipment in your charge.
Don't you understand? The Protec wouldn't let me accept their sacred spear. That means I might be evil. Now, what if I can't pass the initiation test tomorrow? Look, tell me how to take it off.
Oh, no. We want you back alive. No way they can...
Ah, yeah, I love that joke. Order rabbit and tell the waiter there's a hair in my soup. I only know dark jokes. If you try to race it...
At least 3 or 4 times during that night, the Protec force field howled on and off, but I was too tired to care. In the morning, the 2 Tellians came to see me and stood switching their fat orange tails politely, while the linguisine translated them.
There were great sounds from your hut last night, sounds of torment.
Oh my
if you were
goodness.
wrestling with
Your
the devil.
jokes. I love all your bad jokes.
Yes, of course.
Quite.
I should really... I can't wait till inner joke here comes in. Because he always has a real bad joke.
Oh, yes, sure, certainly.
And it's always good. It makes me... It makes me smile.
We'll have to destroy you. We made that clear, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Quite clear. The initiation ritual took the whole day. It was sort of a cross between the performance of Das Rein.
Yeah.
Tried to hand me a
I don't promote under Twitch. I don't promote this. Twitch.
Finally, around supper time, the Tellians pounded the
I only
last
have
bell
ban-worthy
and
jokes.
stopped and paid close attention.
Well, Red White Raven, you heard one of them, so I can't say any of these jokes. You know that, right, guys? I can't say a single one of these jokes. I banned you for a dad joke. Don't at me, bro.
Only to shake claws, and the ceremony is concluded. All right, brother.
I banned you, and you knew why you were banned. Don't act like you're the victim. You knew exactly what you did.
Now where's that button? Off!
Evil? Evil?
Well, there it is, you know. We hoped we could muddle through, but...
Alright, let's see it. Let's see it, you silly Billy. Let's see it, you silly Billy. Alright. Alright.
About
Alright. We got some drawings here.
And
got
the
some
spears rattled off the
drawings.
whining coruscating power
Trying to
station.
do some hands. Good,
But
good.
the Protec went on about every half step, and at that
Remember-
rate, it would take me about a month
remember?
to cover the ground. I figured I'd wait him out. And then I noticed that the air inside the field began to go stale. I came out of the field. The Tullians were sitting around. Rennick
All
picked
right.
up a spear.
All right. Tell dad jokes, Board Birdie. Tell some dad jokes.
Fair play.
I know the dead ant one.
He's due a 3-minute sanctuary.
Dead
That's the
ant.
sacred law
Dead
of the
ant.
simple.
Dead
I
ant.
think
Dead ant.
so.
Dead ant.
He invoked fair play. True. True. All right, monster. You have 3 minutes.
Thanks. Hello. Hello, Sliggert. Come in, Sliggert.
Ah, there you are, Bentley.
Listen, you've got to get me out of this. They're trapping me in the Protec.
You mean the Protec is saving you from harm?
No, they keep activating it. They'll starve me out.
What's a good one?
You confounded idiot. There's no air in there. The force field cuts it off.
Yeah,
I'll choke.
that's a good skeleton. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. My dad loves me. The joke's on you. I love my dad.
You lousy.
I remember the Boy Scouts horrible jokes, and I can't remember a damn one of them.
We are going to destroy you with fire. Yeah, it's traditional that way.
I remember they tried to get me in the middle of like to tell some of these bad jokes, and I could never tell a single bad joke. I just forgot the joke.
Do you have a light?
I knew I was cooked, one way or the other. They started to light fires around me in a circle, and the Protec snapped on. I had to get out. Of course, when I
Bro,
did, the
know.
Tullians would cheerfully spear
I
me.
didn't know my
But at least I
dad
had
was
a chance of running.
speedrunner. He
The
got
field
world
snapped on me.
record
I
for
grabbed my knife from the tool chest and hacked at the thick duroplastic webbing.
Yeah.
Long enough to hear Sliggert
Raven,
shouting in my ear.
you can tell your jokes. I don't mind. I'm just not. If they're really bad, I can't repeat them, but I won't ban you for
They
it.
feed the fire, and considering how they feel about devils, they'll probably keep it.
I just won't ban you for it,
They're pushing the fire closer. Goodbye.
unless you're Bored Birdie, in which he knows why he is being banned. Because I like fucking with him. He gets it.
Finally, I ripped the
He
harness off
gets
just as the field
he
went
gets
on, and I
the
was thrown 20 feet
funnies.
into the fire. But I landed on
He
my
gets
feet and was
why
off and
it's
running.
funny. Or he doesn't. He could just be like, I don't get why I keep getting bad.
100 yards to catch up and
Because
get
I
the
think it's
stone
funny.
along the side of my head.
Because it's funny to me and it makes me laugh every
Let's
time.
get it over with. You're going to kill me. Let's
Because
not
you
make a
didn't do
production.
anything to get yourself banned, and I still banned
Let
you.
me know. We knew you were a good man. It was the devil we wanted. I don't mean to be tactless, but you do know you had a devil riding on your back. We tried to purify him, but he was too strong. The fire took the starch out of him, though.
Devil. Devil on my back. Oh, yeah, I guess so, yes.
You know, our village is very proud to have such a powerful devil.
Don't worry,
trained
it's
up
all
inside
going to be goo.
Tell me, my dear chap, you
It's
haven't
all
had
going to be
like this in
goo.
your homeland?
No, that's the only one.
Tickled. Huh? We'd really be tickled orange if we could have a few more
All right.
to worship. You know.
That's okay, you can lurk.
Trade for them?
Why, yes. I'm sure every village would
How
want
do you
one.
eat your glue?
Well, I
Also,
think that can be
ow.
arranged, and you haven't seen anything. We'll sell you devils that really are
Bored.
devils.
You know I'm just fucking
This
with
one
you,
is
bro.
just an early model.
Okay, here you go, Bored. Here you go. Here you go. I'm sorry.
Fred
Hold
Collins
up.
again. And I'll be back to tell you a word about tonight's X-1 in a moment.
Bob Barker. Yes, Ralph? Bob. I
Hold
just want to say
up.
that I heard you emceeing the Truth or Consequences program on NBC Radio, and I thought you were great.
There you go, Bored.
Great. I mean it.
There you go, Bored. If you want, there you go. As an apology.
Truth or Consequences MC. You really like the show, Ralph?
You've always been there for me. I just like fucking with you because it's funny. But I won't fuck with you anymore if you're gonna if it makes you feel bad. I'm sorry.
A dream world of jackpot prizes, especially for NBC radio listeners. Really? And not just once a week, Ralph, but every weekday morning. No,
You're an amazing user, and you always.
I'm going to right now, Bob. So long, folks.
You're an awesome person, and you don't have to be in my streams. You're a great person all around.
Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month
I'm
features
sorry for
Make Me
fucking
an
with
Offer
you.
by Con Blomberg. Galaxy Magazine on your newsstand today. Tonight, X-1 has brought you Early Model, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Robert Sheckley and adapted for radio.
Not always good results, but results nonetheless, yes. Agreed.
Anthony Campbell Cooper, and Alastair Duncan. This is Fred Collins speaking.
Board's a really good user. He's always been there for me. He's been there when nobody else was there, so I just like messing with him because he's like my friend, and I like messing with my friends.
Next on most of these NBC stations.
I like messing with my friends, and but if he doesn't want to be messed with, I understand.
This is Nightline, your open door to people and places, and this is Walter O'Keefe. Nightline invites you to listen in on NBC's award-winning science fiction series X-1. Now escape to a world of the future.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus 1.
Alright.
Tonight,
a P90 is not bad.
A.H. Phelps, Jr. But first, hear this.
When they play it hot and you dig the beat, oh, life is swinging, life's complete.
You make it Pabst, 'cause Pabst makes it perfect.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect. Just as we always have ever since 1844.
Bullying did a lot for me.
Pabst makes it perfect.
Like crying randomly.
Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, you got... You what? A what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean by you what?
Now on X-1, The Merchant of Venus.
If you've ever tried to make a 6-inch marionette play the piano using spider webs 100
I wanted you to know that you're special. You're very special, and it didn't let me. It didn't let me just make you a VIP.
That's the way it's done. All recruitment and contract space employment is handled.
Thanks,
by the
man. Have a good one, X Poggy.
is the Venus Project.
How a good one. How a good one, X Poggy.
Work 'em here.
Work 'em. How long do you think we're going to stand for this?
Oh, General Carlson, how are you?
At the rate you're going, there won't be a man left on Venus or a dollar left in the budget. What kind of a personnel director are you?
Well, if you...
Don't you know this project is vital to every person on Earth?
General Carlson, just what is wrong?
30 more resignations came in from the colony on the last bill.
But I mean, if you don't want to be,
Excuse me,
if you don't want to be a, a mod.
This
You don't
can't get
have
me
to
to
be
do some
bored.
other line. No, don't cut the general off. He's enjoying himself. He won't miss me.
You're just here all the time, and you're amazing,
I'm not too sure
and you're awesome. If not, I will just go into my settings and make you a
Carlson's on the other
VIP,
phone yelling at my desk blotter. He says
which
30
is
more
totally
resignations came
fine.
in. That right?
Actually, 23, 7 for sick leave.
What's the breakdown? Mostly farmers or technicians?
Well, there were only 9 technicians left. This batch cleans them out. The rest are farmers.
Dude, if you just want to be a VIP, just say so. But right now, you have VIP status by being a mod.
Listen, meet me
You
down
don't have to do anything except be amazing.
the saloon over on
I want
43rd.
you to know that you're amazing. I want you to know that you're appreciated and you are awesome. I'll just make you a VIP later. But for right now, that's all it will let me do on my
I
phone.
found Dave waiting for me.
I have to do this. I have to do this later because it's such a pain in the fuck
right where they are.
to make you a VIP regularly.
Then they'd have to make a go of the colony to save their scrawny necks.
Oh, I'd like to, but even General Carlson wouldn't dare. We'd never get another colony.
You don't have
on
to
Earth.
stay.
And our main job is to relieve population crowding on Earth. We get tough with the colony, a man would be a fool to go.
Every one of these quitters talks like he was
Yeah.
just sprung from Devil's
Well, I
Island.
wanted you to feel appreciated, and I couldn't gift you a sub.
Get the psychology section. The
Couldn't gift you a
preliminary
sub,
interviews with
so
past
I
policemen and,
mean, fuck.
Drive Jameson too.
What do you want a historian?
I'll probably
Maybe
give
you
a
can
sub
find
to
something interesting in the
Evaporate
project's
just
record.
just
He's
because.
used to deducing the philosophical and religious behavior of the ancient Hittites from a loose
Because he comes
translation
in
of a
here all the
cuneiform
time.
laundry bill.
Shall I get them all down here?
No, we'd better make it formal. Book a conference room. When you get Jameson into a saloon, he spends all his time thinking up guessing games to avoid paying for his drinks.
Yeah,
No,
look
I'm
at
not
that.
sure about General Carlson.
Look at that
I'll tell
fucker.
him somewhere.
That
No, make
fuck
sure he
what?
doesn't hear about it.
Sucks to suck, man. Sucks to suck.
I don't have anything against General Carlson personally. It's just that there's always been a fight
I'll
over
probably
Venus
gotta put
the
some
military
bubbles at
versus
the
the rest
bottom.
of us soft, decadent
Some bubbles
civilians.
at the
Carlson
bottom.
felt the right way to settle any virgin territory is to set up a military outpost.
Bubbles at
On the
the
ground, the soldiers
bottom.
had always been the best operators under
Bubbles
similar
at the
circumstances.
bottom.
I had lunch with Dave
Yeah.
before the conference.
You want to call the Greasy Spoon and order?
What's on the menu?
Well, Protoss burger, sliced barbecued yeast, or seaweed borscht with boiled algae balls.
Just coffee. Black coffee.
They don't have coffee. What do you think
Okay.
this is? The Chambord?
All right,
You
Mr.
can have
Man.
Neocap or Syntho
All right. I won't give you anything. I'll just tell you that you're awesome,
And that just about sums
and
up
it'll
the
be
problem
just
here at
that.
Places. Scientific agriculture and hydroponics had gone just about as far as they could. Synthesized foods couldn't take
All right,
place.
then I'll give it to
People
somebody
were
else.
kept on
I'll give it
emulating
to.
extinct rabbits
I'll
as
give
they
it
showed every intention of
to
doing.
somebody
We had about
else.
30
How about
years
that?
before we'd all be standing on each other's
No,
shoulders,
you're
chewing
awesome,
our
Board.
fingernails for nourishment.
You're an amazing
All rigid
person,
birth
and
control was
you're
gone.
always there
With the
for
whole
me.
attendant problem of racial tension, nationalistic
I mean,
wars, and bootleg
as far as I've seen, I've got a lot of internet friends that are always there for me. So, I mean, got some great people around.
All right.
Got some
Suppose I
great,
sum up what we
amazing
all
people
know already.
around.
It'll give us time to stall before we face problems to which we have no answer.
Airstriker, thank you.
All right. Now,
Thank
for
you
6
so much,
years, we've been trying to
Airstrike.
establish a
Thank you
self-sustaining
so
colony
much.
on
You know
Venus.
what?
Why? Take the monorail out to Bucks
Yeah.
County or up to Vermont and
You know
Russia.
what,
There
Airstriker?
just isn't any
I
more
agree
room
with
on
you.
Earth. They just
Board
opened the Dome
is
Colony in Antarctica,
amazing.
The housing areas in the Amazon Valley. They're already piled up with a 10-year waiting list. All
I
right,
100%
send out colonists.
agree.
What happens?
They quit.
Thank you, Mr.
You know, with all these compliments.
Resignations come in. By terms of
Have all the
contract, you have to
hugs.
transport them back to Earth inside of a month
Oh,
of resignation.
thank you.
There'll be nothing left.
I
on Venus
received
but a
those
few small
hugs.
clearings in the jungle, a few
Oh,
empty beer cans. Now, I'm not accusing
I
anybody here of
received
making mistakes.
those
I
hugs.
think we have to seriously consider whether we're
Yeah,
spending money
thank
for
you,
nothing.
Omega.
You said the
Ow.
problem was insoluble. We know what we need up there.
Okay, I
It's just
won't
that
let
we're still
anybody
making
tell me
some
otherwise.
mistake in selection, in psychological screening.
I won't
That's all.
let anybody
You're not
tell me
gonna quit, are
otherwise.
you, Rod?
Well,
Even when they're like,
We'll
you,
get these
Goat,
studies
you
out
gotta
and
do
check
better.
again. Venus project is too important
Goat, you
to
gotta
fail,
do
right?
better.
Right.
Hooks. You can poke 'em.
it's a
Yeah.
cheap trick, but it always works. I talk with a heavy, heavy heart. Dave jumps in to shill like a Boy Scout. It always
It's like,
amazes me how
I
a
can
bunch
still
of
be
PhD
amazing.
psychologists
And
can
also,
get
I
suckered
can
into
have
enthusiasm every
improvement
time.
as well.
We tried to figure out what made
In
the
my
suckers
day-to-day
We
job.
went into their backgrounds, their personality psych profiles. The coffee grew stale and the smoke heavy. Nothing.
Look, Rod, here's what it boils down to. A man has to be unstable to want to leave Earth, but he has to be stable to stay on Venus. You need initiative and resourcefulness to make out on a new planet. But if you had it, you'd make out fine at home. You need young, healthy, vigorous, mature, older, experienced people all rolled into one. We're looking for a
Something
collection
like
of
that.
walking paradoxes.
Yeah. All these hugs going around. My God. Hugs for everybody.
You're listening to the
You
Merchant
guys
of
are
Venus,
so cool.
tonight's
You
attraction
guys
on
are so
X-1.
awesome. You guys are wholesome.
For the big things in your life. Be ready with
Yeah.
United States savings bonds. That's the new savings bond with the higher interest rate. The improved Series E savings bonds that now mature faster.
Yeah, one big hug. Yeah, with all these skulls around and all that. Yeah.
They offer you the safe, easy way to
Feels-
save regularly.
You know what,
Because each
Chat?
bond is backed by the United
You
States
are
government
pretty
itself.
awesome. You know
And
what,
it's easy
Chat?
because
Hold up.
You can buy bonds either where you bank or through the payroll savings plan.
Chat, I want you to know you guys are amazing and awesome. You step up to the plate all the time. You come here when you can. You guys are the best. And I want you to know that you guys
Where you work. And
will
remember,
stay the
you get
best.
back $4 at maturity for every 3.
You guys are the future of this channel. You're the reason that I get to do this.
Period is shortened to only 8
You're the
years
reason
and
that I
11
keep
months.
doing this.
So join the bond
Without
bank.
you guys,
Start a
I
family
wouldn't be
savings
doing
program.
this
Invest in
as
improved
often as
Series
I
E
do.
bonds first thing tomorrow. And hold the bonds you already own.
You guys really do change the face of this channel. And I want you to know that I am very appreciative of everything you do.
And the Merchant of Venus.
We're the best around. Everybody else is freaking dead.
Just sit around and let the ideas seep out of your
We're the best. We're number one. Just smash into people. You hear that?
Glass. Start trial colonies.
We're the best.
Nothing. I was mulling the conference over by myself in the saloon when Jameson dropped into a chair beside me.
Hi, Rod.
Oh, hello.
Hey, I got a new game. I take 3 matches in my right hand, and
Don't
you guess...
bother. I'll pay for the drinks.
Rod, you're taking the sport out of sponging.
I see nothing amusing in being a petty con man.
How about that snow job you work on the psych team every
T-Post asserts
You could
dominance.
Get rich selling bogus mining
Yeah.
stocks to investigators for the SEC.
There is a difference between legitimate personnel psychology.
Sure. How about when you threatened to quit?
Well, I'm not sure I was kidding.
What would happen if you quit?
Carlson would probably send a military outpost up.
Yeah.
Make a clearing, build a fort, maybe a town, and then he'd try to get people to come and live in it. Won't work, though. They'll want to know why the planet had to be colonized that way. Why wouldn't the civilian colonists stay?
Rod, this may surprise you, but I agree with you. But not because of your fancy psych profiles and emotional mathematics.
Nice.
Free people will not willingly move into a military township.
Nice.
Rod, you a gambling man.
I told you, I'll pay for the drinks.
No. I mean, would you take a 50-50 chance if the colony had a chance of working out?
Guess so. It's better odds than I'd give at the moment.
All right. You're on.
Now, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Never mind. Here, look. I take 3 matches in my right hand.
And that's all he said. I found out a week later what was going on.
And as I understand it, this plan of Mr. Jameson's was smothered
Was
in your
pretty
office
fun, not
because
gonna
of
lie.
professional jealousy. Mr. Jameson having no degree in psychology.
Is that what he told
Mr.
you?
Workham, I'm very busy. I have a conference with Mr. Jameson in exactly 7 minutes.
I caught him later that afternoon.
Now, take it easy, Rod. That's the only way I could get old blood and sarsaparilla to snap at my bait.
If he thought you were sitting on an idea, he was bound to grab it.
You know he dry docked me for 6 weeks.
Go fishing. Have a good time. When you get back, I'll have my little swindle going full blast.
That is exactly what I did. I went fishing. When I came back to work, I had to fight to get into the building.
Hey, who you pushing?
I work in here.
Yeah? Line fucker.
What do you mean?
You can wait your time like the rest of us.
What's going on in there?
What, are you kidding? This is the volunteer office. Where have you been?
Volunteer for what?
The Venus colony.
Oh, no. That's a little office around on 43rd Street.
Wake up, Bud. They moved out of that office last week.
You mean all these men are volunteering?
Sure. Hey, you got a bottle on you?
Bottle?
Anything. A little California seaweed juice, maybe? I ain't fussy.
Are you a trained farmer?
Do I look like a hayseed?
Technician? Mechanic?
Listen, Buster. That's for Marks, Rubes, Hicks. I know how to take care of myself. Let the suckers push tractors around. You sure you ain't got a shot?
No.
Man, I can hardly wait till I get there.
The nearest saloon?
Venus, man, Venus.
What are you going to do when you get there?
Snake me a little climb. Then let the crabs roll in. Going to get me a year's supply of the best pre-war scotch, and I'm going to use it up in a week.
They don't pay that kind of wages at the colony.
Wages? That's for square johns. I'm going out for the hot stuff. You know what I mean?
Radioactives? Well, the government assays don't show enough to make it worth shipping.
That's what they want you to believe. I heard they got loads of big U's so rich, you gotta wear a lead union suit to get near them.
Don't you realize there's nothing but jungle up there? And insects and spores and flies?
I know the story.
So, yeah.
That's to keep out suckers.
I am falling asleep,
Just look around.
and that is not good. That is not good for stream
I'm
content.
getting in on the ground floor.
So for right now, I've gotten Blob done, and I've gotten this part of the corner done.
Ah, Rod, how were the fish?
I know what you're doing, and I won't put up with
Feel
it.
like I need more to do more, but fuck it, I'm not going to do more.
You'll find what you want.
I'm getting sleepy, and I'm literally falling asleep while looking at this. So fun. So much fun, guys. Guys, I'm having a blast, guys.
Look, this isn't
Guys, I hope you're having such a blast, because I'm having such a blast. Because I'm really fucking tired.
And to think this is a man I have seen playing stud poker.
You've got a collection
Oh my
of bums and alcoholics and
goodness.
criminals. Probably half of them are wanted by the cops. You've got to stop.
You guys are incredible, and I'm incredible. Yay! Hooray!
Riches of Venus from the common man. Days passed, weeks. The training and screening compounds were jammed, and the transports lifted from Cocoa Base on a tight schedule. 100 men to a ship, not counting crew. People traveled miles to apply. They drifted in from every skid
And
row
then
around
raid, and then I'm
Then
gonna
the numbers
recap
increased.
on.
Day by day, the get rich
Fuck
quick
it,
propaganda
I
seemed
like
to be
raiding
losing its
her
grip.
because it's
About
really
a year
fun.
passed, and the lines had dwindled down to about a steady 5 men a day. I went through my routines in a kind of daze, horrified at the tale history would write about the society that was recruited
Alright,
from my office.
guys. I am falling
One day, I
asleep,
met a
and you
man
guys get some
He
rest
asked me the way to
now.
the recruiting office. We got
I will stream more today after I get off at work. So
I take 4
we
lumps of sugar in my
will
left hand,
have
and you
fun
try to guess
streaming
which one
together.
mine
We will enjoy each other's
Just a little
company, and I
sporting
will see you
I've had
guys
enough sporting
later. So tell Kat Vaughn she's awesome, because she is. And I will see you cats
He was
later.
an engineer who tossed up a good
Bye
job.
bye.
How nice. I did a little more checking. It changed. There are
No
farmers,
problem.
families, school teachers, lawyers, doctors, and then 2 ex-colonists applied
Night.
yesterday to go back.
Guess which
handful
is
There is